everybody, it's your girl Mika Means back on the scene with another video. I'm here today. I had a couple of things planned in regards to accountability, and also just recapping on our obtainable goals and what we're going to do in regards to continuing reaching them, or setting more goals if you reach them. But that plan kind of went out the window simply because Saturday made 19 years that my mom has been gone. She's been gone to heaven, been one of my most precious angels looking over me. And my week really honestly was kind of shaky and emotional. So I thought I'll bring this to the camera. I use this platform to take on the moment to honor my mother and be there for any of you guys who have a loved one that's close to you that's just not here anymore. I know it's a struggle. They say it gets easier with time, but I just hit 19 years on Saturday and it has not gotten easier. In some aspects, I can't even lie, it has, but in many other aspects, it hasn't. So I just wanted to give a shout out to my mom. A lot of my qualities, the reason that I am so resilient, I believe it's because of her. So I love you, Mom. I truly think one of the reasons that it hit me so hard, my fiance her dad died recently, and we were already dealing with death of a parent. So I think that honestly kind of triggered something. And I just want to be there for those out there who's going through it, and just know that you're not alone. I've been there for many, many years, and it does not get easier. It doesn't. I was telling my fiance when she was going through it with her dad, that it doesn't get easier. You just learn how to deal with the pain. You learn how to cope with not having your parent, but it doesn't get easier. So I don't want to sit here and put this facade up like it gets easier. My mom, Sharon Renee Jones, was a strong-willed woman, okay? Attitude sharp, very strict. We had our struggles in my teenage years. If any of you guys know me, you can only imagine. But I am blessed that when my mom was sick and I did find out that I was pregnant, we had plenty of talks and we kind of hashed out a lot, and I was able to look her in the eye and apologize and let her know that, you know, the qualities that she installed in me and the lessons she tried to teach me, I am aware of it. Although my actions didn't show it at the moment, I'm aware of it, and I'm going to work hard to continue on with being the woman I know she was trying to raise me to be. I do believe that a lot of my strength with raising my daughter as a teenage parent came from the talks that me and my mom had during the day after a doctor's appointment, and how she continuously told me, you're not going to be a statistic. Don't let this be the end all be all for you, okay? It's not over. I don't recommend, I'm not an advocate for teen parents, but I am an advocate for teen parents, if that makes sense. Like, don't go having no babies, girls and guys, you know. But if you happen to be in that predicament, life is not over. You can continue to go. You can continue to move forward. You can reach all your goals still. There's plenty of outlets out there. For those who do not have the support, you can find it. You just have to have the willpower and the dedication to keep going. It is not over. So I really, my most found moments with my mom is the talks we had when I was pregnant and when she was sick, and just knowing that we had a plan and we had a goal, and I want to make sure that lives on. So I do all I can when it comes to my daughter, when it comes to me working and not giving up. I mean, I've put my dreams to the side for my daughter. I've taken jobs I didn't want. I've worked 2 jobs before. I mean, I did it all, and that was all to give my daughter as much of what my mother wanted to give her, if that makes sense. So for all you out there who has a parent who is no longer with us in the physical form, their spirit still lives on. I truly feel like my mother is my angel. I mean, I just feel some type of peace when I think about the things we talked about. I feel peace when I am in a bond or in a tough situation, and I'm praying to God, and I know my mom is there struggling, God, like, that one is mine. We got to make this happen. And it just happens. And I mean, I can testify on and on and on how much I know my mother contributes to what I do now, and for the things that happens miraculously with me, through God's grace, of course. I know she's up there working with him. Like, you gotta hold her down. That one you gotta hold down. So I always feel peace and warm and comfort in knowing that. And it's difficult because you want them here in the human flesh, right? You want them here in the flesh. You want your loved one with you. You want to be able to pick up the phone and call them and say, hey, how was your day? Or you want to be able to tell them when you're having a bad time, or get some advice. Like, I long for getting advice. I wasn't able to get advice from my mom on parenting, other than what the gems that she gave me before she passed. I wasn't able to call her when I'm going through something with Jada and say, Mom, what do I do? How do I handle this? Of course, I pray, I write to her, I talk to God, but she's not here for me to have that. And I smile because when I think of the goodness of the Lord, that's what I mean, honestly. And I know that my mom is there. I can testify on the glory and the goodness of having an angel that's mine, that I know have my interests and my wants and my desires in mind. And I don't even have to speak it. If I think it, it's already so. That's amazing. So whenever you're down because you don't have your loved one, just remember that they are there with you in spirit. And that spiritual realm is so magnificent. It trumps any kind of physical gratification you want or desire. And I know those desires are real, and I know those desires hurt. And I know that it's just nothing I can say to take it away. I've been there. But it may not get easier, but you will learn how to live with the pain, and you will learn how to spiritually connect with someone that you love, right? Because if we don't have death, how do we get this connection? We can have it with God, and that's a struggle for a lot of us to have that connection as deeply as we desire or say we have it. It's a struggle. So when you have someone that you know God is a spirit, and we know he's our father, and we know that he's the creator, but we've never seen him, right? We've never touched him. We've never had a conversation where he spoke back in the physical. He may speak back in the spiritual realm in a sense of the Holy Ghost or an angel, but it's in a physical. So these loved ones that we desire to have next to us, they were with us in the physical, right? So we were able to physically talk to them, physically hug them, physically love on them. And when they're gone, you grow in spirit because you can spiritually be connected to this person. And it's a wonderful thing when you enter the spirit realm, right? So if you have that, if you have that, you never had a connection spiritually, take this opportunity to get connected with your loved one, because they're still there. You look for it. They're all around you, and you have someone that is yours, your special angel, someone that you know has your best interest in mind, and that is the glory to God. So I try to get out of my funk. When I talk about it, it makes me feel good. But I understand the times when you're alone, when you're laying down and you have the thoughts and you get so sad, and sadness and grief overcome you. You don't really know what to do. And all I can say is push through. Just push through. I don't know where I would be without my mom. I can say regardless of me getting caught up in exploring and being a teenager in the world, my mom taught me a lot in regards to being a young lady, in regards to speaking up for myself, in regards to having an opinion, in regards to formulating that opinion and making sure that it's accurate enough for you, and loving yourself and knowing that what you feel and what you think is worthy to be heard. I sometimes feel like an old soul, because it'll be times where I'm on the bus when I lived in New York with my daughter, and I'll see these kids, and they're young kids, and they're girls, they're sitting on the bus, legs are crossed, or, just talking crazy out their mouth. And let me tell you, I had a potty mouth too. Don't get me wrong. Anyone my age knows that. But when I was in the midst of adults, I had respect, and I knew not to cuss and sit down with my legs open. Like, those were things that so small that I realized that I was taught that a lot of people weren't, and I'm grateful for that. I think of all the times when my mother told me to respect my elders and how much I help my neighbor and try to be as much like Christ as I can. I'm not perfect, but those lessons were taught by my mom. I thank God that she introduced me to God, and she introduced me to his power and his glory and his magnificence and his mercy. And I thank God for that, because where would I be without it, right? Where would I be? So when you have someone that you lost, you're not alone. You're not alone. I don't talk about it often. A lot of times when I'm going through this, people may not even know, because I silently go through it and keep pushing because of the promises I made to my mom that I have to stand on. And it may not go perfectly, and it may not be on time. I don't know what's going to happen. Jada's is still a growing young lady, and anything can happen. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking to do the best I can and to keep my promise. Again, anyone out there who's lost someone, I understand. Take a moment to take it in. Take a moment to feel sad. Take a moment to feel grief. Take a moment to feel angry. Take a moment to feel whatever you want to feel. But just remember that their spirit is right beside you. So horn into that. And you have so much power. Oh my gosh, the power in that is so much power. So let's horn into that. I have to remind myself of that sometimes. I get so caught up in the promise that I forget the power that's connected to it. I forget about enjoying the moments. I forget about living sometimes. I look back and all these years has passed, and what really is it all for? I think I'm doing the best I can, but I can live more. And that's why I started this YouTube channel. And that's why I'm taking steps behind the scenes in my life to do things for me and to reach my goals and to finally connect with who I really am. I spend so much time, a lot of it, either taking care of Jada, partying. Taking care of Jada, partying. I had no in between. It was either I'm going to get my chance, because I was growing, and I thank God for everyone for allowing me that chance to also have a social life. But outside of the social life, it was take care of Jada. It was no in between. It was, and then at some point it just came to party and see slowly. And I still got it in, because listen, I'm a hood chick turned corporate. I say that all the time. So, I'm getting beside myself and all over the place. And that's just me. But I just want to say briefly, anyone who's ever lost anyone, you are not alone. It does not get easier with time. I'm not even going to lie to you and tell you it does. But you do learn how to live through the pain. You do learn how to connect with a spiritual being. And it's beautiful. Open your heart to it. Open your eyes and your ears to it. It's all around you. My mom is still with me every day. And it's times, let me tell you, it's been 19 years. I'll lie to you and say I think about it every day. I don't. That's false. It's a lie. But I did for many years. So in a sense, in time, does it get better? No, because when the sadness and the grief comes, it comes like as if it happened yesterday. But at the same time, you learn how to cope with it. You learn how to live with it. And you learn how to be great with it. So life is not over. You make your loved one proud. Continue to reach your goals. Never forget those wonderful conversations. And when you're feeling grief or sadness, handle it the best way you can. Me, I handle it on my own. I don't really talk about it too much. What helps me get over it is continuing on that promise. Remembering that promise and remembering that I can't be depressed. I've been there. I can't have anxiety attacks. I've been there too. And that just makes me stagnant, and it slows down the process. So in advance, I'll tell you, just try not to slow down the process. If that means going to a loved one and confiding in them, some people have family support. If that means taking a nap for a day or taking a day off to just lounge around, take that day. There's so many things you can do. I'm still learning. Like I said, I found myself on Saturday just laying around in sadness, and I embraced it. And then I started thinking about the week, and I'm like, okay, that's what it was. Friday, I did a video because I was feeling so good and vibrant and didn't even realize that that was the best I felt most of the week. And And then when Saturday hit, I said, that's what it was. It was my mom's spirit. And I don't really know what she was trying to tell me. And that's what I'm still trying to find. And that's why today I've been consumed thinking about it. I couldn't even get on topic with this video. But the motivation today is you are not alone. And it doesn't get easier with time. But death does. You learn how to cope with it in time. And you have that special angel. And to know that is an amazing thing, right? So I want to say to everybody who's lost someone, I truly, truly am sorry. I truly, truly feel for you. And I mean that with empathy. I've been there. I'm still there. I'm still learning. But each time I remember the promises that were made and remember who my mother really is. I'm her child, right? So I got to fix the crown and keep pushing forward. And that's all I really can do. So I challenge you guys to own your grief and to live in your sorrow, but also live in the greatness of the promise of that loved one. You know what they are to you, what they mean to you. Live in it. Let it be your fuel to take on whatever goal and dreams you have. Okay, so again, this is your girl Mika Means. I love you, Mommy. Thank you for raising me. Thank you, God, for choosing my mom as my mom. And I just want to continue on with this promise that I've made 19 years ago. And I'm still going for it. And you guys still go for your dreams. Do whatever you want to do. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit for us. You can do anything. We are human. We make mistakes. Pick yourself back up. Don't even worry about time. Time is, come on. God doesn't even think of time. It can happen like this. So I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you have a wonderful week. Be productive. I'll see you next week.